Greatness begins with belief, and belief is the foundation upon which every extraordinary achievement is built. It's not the world that decides who you become. It's the conviction within you that sets the boundaries of your potential. When you believe in yourself, you ignite a fire that can withstand any storm, any failure, and any doubt. That belief acts as the first step, the spark that transforms a dream into a mission. Without it, even the most talented individuals remain stagnant, because talent without belief is like a ship without wind. It can't move forward. Every great story, every powerful success, began with someone who dared to believe when nobody else did. They believed in their vision, even when the world called it impossible. That inner faith gives birth to resilience, focus, and courage, because belief makes you see opportunity where others see obstacles. Belief isn't something you're given, it's something you build. It grows stronger each time you take a step toward your goals, no matter how small. When you fail but choose to stand again, your belief expands. When you face rejection yet keep moving forward, your belief becomes unshakable. That's the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. The achievers are not necessarily the most gifted. They are the ones who refuse to let doubt dictate their story. Belief is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. It teaches you that setbacks are not the end, but part of the process. Each time you fall and rise again, your confidence deepens, and your belief solidifies into something no circumstance can break. This belief also redefines how you see yourself. When you believe, you start aligning your thoughts, your actions, and your energy towards success. You begin to visualize your goals as reality, and that mental shift creates momentum. The universe tends to meet those who truly believe halfway because belief changes your frequency. It makes you think, act, and move differently. People can sense it, they can feel your certainty, and that attracts opportunities. You begin to lead your life instead of waiting for life to happen. The moment you decide to believe in your potential is the moment you separate yourself from the crowd. The path to greatness starts with a decision to believe in your worth, your vision, and your capacity to rise beyond limitation. When you believe, you unlock a power greater than any resource, talent, or connection. Belief turns ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers, because it fuels consistency when motivation fades. It strengthens purpose when challenges arise, and it reminds you that greatness doesn't come from the outside world. It begins deep within your own heart. Discipline defines destiny because no dream, no matter how powerful, can come to life without the consistency to back it up. Talent may open the door, but discipline keeps you inside the room. It is the silent force that shapes greatness, the invisible structure behind every success story. Discipline means showing up on the days you don't feel like it, doing the work when the excitement is gone, and holding yourself accountable even when no one else is watching. It's not about perfection, it's about persistence. When you learn to master your habits, you learn to master your future. Every choice you make, every routine you commit to, either moves you closer to your goals or further away from them. Discipline is what transforms intention into achievement, turning ordinary effort into extraordinary results. The path to greatness is not defined by bursts of motivation, but by consistent commitment. Motivation fades, discipline remains. It is what drives you to wake up early when your body wants to rest, to keep pushing when your mind wants to quit, to keep moving when the world feels heavy. Discipline builds strength not just in your body, but in your character. It teaches you that comfort is temporary, but the rewards of endurance last forever. Every champion, every successful individual, every leader who has ever made history learned to embrace discipline as their greatest ally. They understood that the small daily actions, the unseen hours of practice, the quiet focus, the unwavering dedication, are what create greatness over time. Discipline is not punishment, it is power. It is the process of training your mind to serve your purpose instead of your impulses. When you discipline yourself, you take control of your destiny. You no longer depend on circumstances or emotions to dictate your effort. You learn to act out of commitment, not convenience. That shift separates the average from the exceptional. The disciplined individual doesn't wait for the perfect moment. They create it. They understand that consistency beats intensity, that doing something every day, even in small doses, compounds into something remarkable. True discipline requires sacrifice. It demands saying no to distractions, to instant gratification, to the easy way out. It means trading temporary comfort for long-term fulfillment, but in that sacrifice lies strength. Every time you choose discipline, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than your excuses, tougher than your fears, and more powerful than your doubts. Discipline carves out the path to greatness because it molds your habits, sharpens your focus, and aligns your actions with your vision. It is the daily grind that turns dreams into reality and potential into legacy. Failure fuels growth because it is through falling that we learn how to rise stronger. Every person who has achieved greatness has faced failure, not once but countless times. Failure is not the opposite of success, it is part of it. It is the teacher that no one wants but everyone needs. It exposes weaknesses, highlights mistakes, and reveals what must be improved. While success can make us comfortable, failure pushes us forward. It challenges us to adapt, to think differently, and to fight harder. The truth is, you don't grow in moments of victory, you grow in moments of defeat. The pain of failure sharpens your focus, humbles your ego, and tests your determination. When you fail and choose to keep going, you are not starting over from scratch. You are starting over with experience, wisdom, and resilience. Many people give up the moment they fail because they think failure defines them. But the greatest minds in history, those who invented, discovered, and created, understood that failure is simply feedback. It tells you what didn't work so you can find what will. Every setback is a signal guiding you toward a better version of yourself. The problem is not failure itself, it's how you respond to it. You can let it break you or you can let it build you. The ones who rise above are those who use failure as fuel, not as a finish line. They see each fall as an opportunity to refine their craft, to toughen their mindset, and to prepare for the next level. Failure also develops patience and perspective. It strips away entitlement and reminds you that success must be earned. It teaches you that the journey matters as much as the destination. Each failure builds emotional endurance, showing you that pain is temporary but quitting lasts forever. When you face failure, you meet the rawest version of yourself, the one that decides whether to surrender or stand tall. Choosing to stand again, to fight again, to try again, builds a level of strength that comfort could never offer. Greatness requires a heart that can handle failure. It demands a mind that can learn from pain instead of running from it. Every champion, every innovator, every leader who ever inspired the world has failed more times than most people have even tried. The difference is that they never allowed failure to define their worth. They used it to refine their purpose. Failure is not the end of your story. It is the fire that forges you into something greater, something unstoppable, something destined for greatness. Surround yourself with purpose because the company you keep will either lift you higher or pull you down. The people around you shape your mindset, influence your energy, and impact the decisions you make. If you surround yourself with negativity, your spirit will start to shrink. But when you surround yourself with purpose-driven people, those who challenge you, inspire you, and push you to grow, you begin to rise to their level. Purpose is contagious. When you're in the presence of people who are passionate about their goals, who refuse to settle for mediocrity, you absorb that energy. It lights something inside you, reminding you that you too have something powerful to give to the world. Your environment has the power to shape your destiny, and choosing it wisely is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Greatness cannot thrive in an environment of complacency. If you are always the smartest, strongest, or most ambitious person in the room, you are in the wrong room. Growth demands that you place yourself among those who are better, wiser, and further along the path. It's not about comparison, it's about elevation. Being around people who are walking in purpose challenges you to examine your own. It forces you to raise your standards, to question your limits, and to pursue your vision with greater clarity. Surrounding yourself with purpose means aligning with people who don't just talk about dreams but work for them daily. They don't drain your energy, they sharpen it. They don't discourage your goals, they hold you accountable to them. But surrounding yourself with purpose isn't only about others, it's also about you. you must become a person of purpose too. You must bring value to those around you, inspire those who walk beside you, and be the energy that uplifts your circle. When you operate with purpose, you attract others who do the same. Energy recognizes energy. If you want to be around greatness, you must live like someone who deserves to be there. That means staying focused, staying humble, and staying hungry. Your path to greatness will be influenced by the people who walk with you. Some will believe in you when you doubt yourself. Others will remind you of your mission when you lose direction. But you must be willing to distance yourself from anyone who limits your growth, no matter how familiar or comfortable they are. Protect your energy because it fuels your purpose. Surround yourself with people who build you, conversations that grow you, and environments that remind you of who you're meant to be. When your circle is filled with purpose, your path to greatness becomes unstoppable. Legacy over success means living for something greater than personal gain. True greatness is not measured by how much you achieve, but by how much you give, how many lives you touch, and how deeply your impact lasts after you're gone. Success is temporary. It fades with time, with trends, with titles. But legacy is eternal. It's the story people tell about you when you're no longer in the room. It's the mark you leave on hearts, not just on records. Too many people chase success thinking it will bring fulfillment. But real peace comes from knowing that your life mattered, that what you built continues to inspire, empower, and uplift others long after your name is forgotten. Legacy is not about recognition, it's about contribution. It's about using your gifts, your time, and your influence to create something that lasts. When you live with legacy in mind, your purpose shifts. You stop asking, "What can I get?" and start asking, "What can I give?" You start making choices that align with meaning, not just money. You begin to lead with integrity, compassion, and authenticity, because you understand that greatness built on selfish ambition collapses. But greatness built on service endures. The people who change the world are not always the richest or the most powerful. They are those who cared enough to make a difference. They pour into others, share their wisdom, and lift those who come after them. Legacy-driven individuals think beyond their lifetime. They invest in impact that ripples across generations. Building a legacy requires courage because it demands selflessness in a world obsessed with self. It means staying true to your principles when it would be easier to compromise. It means choosing long-term significance over short-term reward. It's about standing for something, even when it's unpopular, because you know your life is meant to mean something beyond yourself. Legacy is not created in grand gestures. It's built through small, consistent acts of love, kindness, and excellence. Every word you speak, every decision you make, every person you help adds to the story of your legacy. Greatness is not about reaching the top. It's about lifting others as you climb. When your purpose becomes bigger than your personal success, you step into a realm of impact that time cannot erase. The world remembers those who gave, those who inspired, and those who stood for something meaningful. Legacy is the echo of your character, the reflection of your purpose, and the proof that your existence made a difference. Living for legacy turns success into significance and ensures that your path to greatness leaves a trail others can follow.